What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and today, as usual, we're going to be going over the charts. We're going to take a look at the pre-markets, then the Dow Jones, DXY, then we'll go into Bitcoin from the monthly to the weekly to the daily to the 4-hour to see what's going on. Definitely stick around for the whole video. Make sure you smash those thumbs up and share the video if you would. Leave your comments down below. Let's get into it. So looking at the pre-markets, the Dow is up 81, S&P's up 725. NASDAQ is up 2850. Now this may get out right before open or a little after, so I do have to upload the video. But anyways, let's take a look at what's going on. So the Dow, this is our trend line that we're watching for our closes, the 31,490 to 33,490 to 33,500. Anything below that remains bearish. Anything time above this, then we get bullish on Bitcoin. But as of right now, we are still below it. Let's see how the day closes. Let's look at the DXY. So the DXY, I put the Fibonacci retracement all the way from this low to this high. And right now we are pivoting right on the 0.5 fib. And it lies at 101.993. We are at 102.126. Now, if we start opening and closing dailies below this, we could go as low as this 98, 97 range, right? Which would be our golden pocket zone. I do expect this to bounce in a very big way. Most of you guys know I'm very bullish on the DXY. This is a huge rally, needed a pullback for an even bigger rally to follow, which will be Bitcoin going down for new lows. I do still think we're going to see that. We'll take a look at both the bullish and the bearish case scenario for Bitcoin over the next few months here in a minute. So let's take a look at the monthly. So the monthly, we talked about this yesterday. We look at the monthly here. We are getting rejected at the 55 EMA. We still have about a week, maybe 8 days until close on this. But if we close below this 55 EMA right here, we will be making hidden bearish divergence on the monthly, which is a higher high in the price, or a lower high in the price action, higher high in the RSI, hidden bearish divergence. Definitely watch out for that, because that is going to be extremely bullish for the end of the, or bearish for the end of the month if we do crash below it. Let's zoom in a little bit. Our 8 EMA lies right around 22.6. So the monthly probably going to be below 22.6. If a monthly closes above this, then we could get a rally up into this range. Let me show you what that would be. On the weekly, as you guys know, the invalidation of this .com bubble chart compared to the Bitcoin bubble chart. We called this way back on December 2nd, 2021. And no matter what happens here, if we do cross over this, which I don't think is likely, but if we were to cross over this and the bull market has begun, which again, I highly doubt, I still think we see new lows, but if it did, we would still be buying a lot cheaper than all these people that were buying, listening to the Moon Boys all the way down here. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. We will still be above them if we wait till across this. But I do want to show you what I'm looking at. If you look right here in January, this was a 70% rally. It doesn't mean we have to do everything exact, but I just wanted to point out, let me get this out of the way. And guys, this is not an Elliott wave count, right? This is a bubble pop count, right? Just showing you the pattern of the bubble. It really doesn't need the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What it's showing is the pattern of the bubble. But anyway, you can see this January, this rally right here started in December, went into January, right around the 22nd, right? And then came down. And this was one false bottom. There was another false bottom. This led to our false bottom, which I still believe we're going to see our false bottom here. Does it have to go all the way down to these levels? No, it doesn't. Could it? Yes. But ultimately, I think the real bottom will be in September or October of this year. I still believe that. Once we hit this false bottom would probably be a good time to get in. And this is going to be sometime in February or March. Then all you would do is maybe put your stops just above it, or if you want a long there, put your stops just above it so you are in profit if it does come back down to our new lows in September or October. We'll be keeping a very close eye on this. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. If you go to the contest section, you can learn to use the, you can learn to use the, let me get in here. Oh, there we go. You can learn to use the platform totally for free, no risk. They give you some play money to play with, and if you win the contest, you can actually win tradable funds, right? So the cool thing about this is, if you guys are into trading, is you can trade traditional markets, you know, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange. So you don't need to be using different exchanges or whatnot, and you can do it all using Bitcoin or however you like with crypto. But definitely check them out if you haven't already. Use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margins. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off of your fees. I have a link down below. I'll also leave a tutorial at the end of the video. So looking at our daily chart, guys, this is the descending channel we've been watching, right? 22,999, 23,000 is the top of this channel, right? So as of right now, we are still getting rejected here. Remember, I talked about if we do get a open and close of a daily above this trend line, then our next stop is that weekly at 25.8. That's our weekly 55 EMA. Now, if we were to blow past that, the absolute most bullish case scenario here would be the measured move of this going all the way up to around 31.5, which would get us back into this cluster area here. One more thing I want to show that also shows it could lead to that. I don't think this is going to happen by any means, but anything's possible, right? If a certain exchange decides to print more fake money and buy Bitcoin to pump it like they always do, could get up to these ranges, and that also leads to around that 31.5. I don't think we're going to get there, like I said, but I did want to show that possibility. What I think is most likely is we come down from here. I showed you guys in yesterday's video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Usually on Mondays is when we have the big dumps, right? We'll have a wick up to the high and then a big dump. But the measured move breaking down from here, if we come back down to these levels, our first area of support is going to be somewhere in here, depending on if, when, and where we hit this trend line. Say 17.5. If it happens a lot faster, it'd be around 17.1, 17.2. But a break of this trend line, our next stop is going to be 14. We break 14, and that measured move gets us down to about 5,500. Could this have been the false bottom and then 5,500 be the bottom? It's possible. Like I said, we'll be keeping a close eye on it. I do believe from February, between February and March sometime, we will see that 75 to 8,500 is what I've been looking for. And then another rally, because I think that'll be the false bottom, and then down to our lower lows. I still think that is the case. Like, you can see the sentiment in all of what's going on right now. Everybody is super bullish. Everybody is calling the bottom is in, waiting for a little pullback. They're saying around 19.6. Well, what happens is more exit liquidity there, because 19.6, and everybody will be thinking that'll be the place to buy in, and the big boys can keep selling into that, just like they did in these areas here, right? So 48K was our last big exit liquidity like we need here. Now, remember, guys, if we talked about this all the way back in December 2021, how these bear markets work, right? You get rallies to get everybody bullish to keep dumping. If they would just keep dumping, if the big boys would just keep dumping the whole time, they wouldn't be able to get as much for their Bitcoin. They have a lot of Bitcoin to dump on you, right? So they stop at certain areas. They might even buy a little, let the price pump back up to a higher price so they can dump, and then they'll let it run again. And this is all exit liquidity, guys, that we're watching here. I think this, we talked about this I think it was probably 2 weeks ago, we started talking about this channel, and I said if we did get a wick above there, that would be a great exit liquidity spot, and that's what we're seeing now. One thing I also pointed out yesterday here on the daily was higher highs right here, lower highs right here. So we get higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI, hidden bearish divergence, right? This is bearish in my opinion. We'll have to see what the traditionals do. Now remember, we talked about this yesterday. On Monday, we could see a little pump, just break this wick before coming down. But as of right now, anything below this 22.9, super bearish. I think we come back down to these levels. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick, and then I will let you guys go and get on with my day. I think I'm going to go buy a quad today. I have a side-by-side, but I want to buy a quad just to plow the snow because we have a long driveway at the new house. So I'll have to have something to maintain it. I don't really want to put a plow on my side-by-side, so I am four-wheeler shopping. Anyways, 4 hour, same thing, guys. This was our trend line that we were watching for a break. We didn't quite break it, right? Zoom in there a little bit. Once we broke it, we came back up, tested it twice, and keep getting rejected on it. Unless we see, even if we get back up here, you know, this would be up to these levels and break this. We're going to be coming back down, in my opinion. That 4 hour RSI, we got a nice rejection right here twice. So yeah, guys, keep an eye on this 22.999. Still looking bearish, guys. If we can't get above this and go test our 55 EMA on the weekly, then we are coming back down to these levels. Be very cautious. Be careful out there, guys. This is how exit liquidity works. They get everybody bullish, get everybody pumped, get the moon boys screaming the bottom is in so they can dump on you. Hope you guys learning from watching these videos. If you are, make sure you share them, smash those thumbs up, leave your comments down below. I will see you in the next video, guys. Have a great day. I'm out.